Why does the absolute value of A being less than or equal to B imply that A is bounded by B above and B's negative below? Well, it all comes down to the definition of absolute value, which is the distance from zero. And all it does is remove negatives if they're there, because you can't have negative distance. So if you think about it, if A were to get all the way up to B, positive B, well, then you have equality. But A could also go all the way down to negative B, and this is still B, you'd still have equality. So basically, this statement allows A to go all the way up here to B and all the way down here to negative B. So, I mean, that's basically the intuitive proof, I guess, if you want to call it that. But let's be a little more rigorous now. So we're going to look at these two statements. We're going to take them as fact. It's easy to see if this is zero, you have equality. A number is less than or equal to its positive. In this case, a positive is you're going to have equality if the number is positive. If it's negative, well, the negative 2 is less than or equal to 2. So this is true for all three cases. If we have 0, again, we have equality. If it's a positive number, we have a positive number is greater than its negative. If it's a negative number, then negative 2 is greater or is equal to negative 2. We would have equality. So this is true for all three cases as well. So based on taking these both as fact, we're going to take this thing and write it down here. And now I know that if I see this, I can put this in front of it. So I see this, I'm going to put that in front of it. We get this statement. We dump this, we get this statement. Now all I'm going to do is take this and make its equivalent by multiplying through by -1. So this has to flip the other way. And now I know when I see this, I can put this in front of it based on this. So I get this statement, I can dump this, and I get the statement A is greater than or equal to negative B, which is this statement, and we're done. So that's the proof. But just for the heck of it, maybe to be more thorough, let's think about how does this imply this. In other words, let's think in reverse. So I took this and I drew it out, and we can see that the maximum of the absolute value of A would be this distance, a positive number, of course. But then we would have the same thing down here. These are both the maximum of the absolute value of A, just strictly speaking of the distances. So if we look at this, the maximum absolute value of A would be B. So we get this statement, and we see that we could imply from that that the absolute value of A is B or anything less. So this is true. Now, if we look at this, this is the same thing. If we put a negative on it so that now it's equal to negative B, so we get this, we multiply through by -1, we get the same statement we had here, which means we get the same statement we had here. And we see that either way, we get this same statement coming from here. So that's basically it. In closing, let me just point out, you have three other inequalities: less than, greater than or equal, or just greater than. And I'm not going to do them, but you could use the same reasoning to figure out all the other three as well.